Legend, NBC Tonight.
This place is filled with ninjas who have overcome real obstacles.
If you work hard enough, you can achieve anything.
That's what Ninja Warrior is all about. American Ninja Warrior, Monday on NBC and Peacock.
You really want this. I can see it in your eyes. You have just set the bar for season 20. You know what's coming.
AGT, Tuesday on NBC and Peacock.
Live from Rhinelander, this is Newswatch 12 at 10. The Northwoods' best news. News from where you live starts now.
Good evening, I'm Dan Hagan. With Memorial Day behind us, it's busy season in the Northwoods, and with more people brings more interactions with animals. If you see an animal that could be injured or abandoned, it's best to call a professional. Caitlin Wyckoff is an advanced wildlife rehabilitator at Wild Instincts Rehab Center near Rhinelander. She said every animal is different, and thorough research has went into caring for each species.
Every species of animal is going to have a different milk formula makeup, right? So there's different amounts of fat, different amounts of protein that goes into each species. And so rehabilitators have access to all sorts of different kinds of formulas for every different animal.
And if a baby animal doesn't get the correct diet, it can cause them to have developmental issues and hurt them in the long run.
So it really is important that they get the right formula at the right time of their life. So, you know, just like kids, right? They're all growing at a very fast rate. And so they all need the right nutrition. And so rehabilitators are going to have the best access for that food.
If anyone comes across a baby animal who might be in need, Wild Instincts urges them to call and share the situation with a professional so they can provide help. All right, Jeff, excuse me. Chase, I promised I wouldn't do that.
Messed it up.
Chase, it was a decent day out there today,
Yes, it
right?
was. Plenty of sunshine out there after we got into the afternoon. More cloud cover down south, but temperatures got in the 70s here in the Northwoods for today, and we're going to see.
Sorry, man.
Oh, don't worry about it. Temperatures now are right now in the low 60s and a few areas in the 50s. And we're going to have a warm night for tonight, even though we will see more of a partly cloudy sky. We can see some clearing out there. But as we see right now, 61 in Rhinelander, 59 in Tomahawk. And we do see 58 down south in Wisconsin Rapids. Most of us right around 60 for right now. Winds are from the southwest, and that is continuing that warming trend as we get into tomorrow. We should expect slightly warmer temperatures than we saw out there for today. Here's the radar right now. A few isolated showers still off to the west, but to our north, we do have another line forming. This could bring a quick shower overnight tonight over the Northwoods, down the Wausau. We'll move by quick, and we shouldn't see too much rain with it at all. But what is coming tonight as well is that wildfire smoke. As we see, it's going to be pretty bad as we get into the early parts of tomorrow, right around 8 a.m. to noon. This is going to be unhealthy for sensitive groups, so if you know if you're a part of that group, limit your time outdoors for tomorrow, or at least wear a mask if you need to go anywhere outdoors. Taking a look ahead into tonight, temperatures, though, are on the warmer side, a little bit above average. Forecast low right around 52 degrees. Dan?
Thanks, Chase. A dramatic allegation from Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem is now in question. Noem said an undocumented migrant threatened to assassinate President Trump and would self-deport afterward. But federal investigators now believe the man accused, 54-year-old Ramon Morales Reyes, may have been framed. Sources tell CNN the letter didn't match Reyes' handwriting, and authorities suspect someone involved in an unrelated criminal case forged it to get Reyes deported. Reyes is currently in a Wisconsin jail, but hasn't been charged with making threats. The investigation is ongoing. A major children's health report from the Trump administration is under fire for citing studies that don't exist. The Make America Healthy Again Commission said the report on children's health was evidence-based, but multiple experts say it includes fake or misrepresented research. Critics say the flaws suggest the report may have used artificial intelligence and lacked proper review. The White House has since uploaded a corrected version, but questions remain about the report's credibility. A St. Germain house is a complete loss after a fire that started because of an e-bike. At 9:35 p.m. on Tuesday, Vilas County Dispatch took a 911 call from a resident of Greenwood Drive in St. Germain reporting a garage on fire. Occupants were able to exit the home and no injuries were reported, but due to the excessive fire damage, the home was a complete loss. Preliminary investigation found the cause of the fire to be an electrically powered e-bike. St. Germain Fire Department, St. Germain Ambulance, Arborvitae Fire, Plum Lake Fire, WPS, and the Vilas County Sheriff's Office all responded to the incident. All eyes will be on a local World War II veteran soon when he throws out the first pitch at a Milwaukee Brewers game. A reporter caught up with Bernie Miller.
World War II veteran Bernie Miller has lived his whole life right here in Wabeno. In a matter of weeks, he will throw out the first pitch at a Milwaukee Brewers game the day before he turns 100 years old.
I'm going to be 100 years old. I never thought I'd ever get there.
Bernard Miller has lived in Wabeno since he was born in 1925, except for when he served in the Navy during World War II.
Why did you decide to enlist in the Navy?
I just felt it was my duty.
After coming home, Bernie went back to high school to get his diploma, where he met his wife of 75 years, Violet, in class.
I spied her about 5-6 rows down, and I thought, that's the one I'm going to marry.
Now they have 6 grown children, 13 grandkids, and 17 great-grandchildren.
We're surrounded with goodness.
Absolutely.
And it's thanks to his granddaughter that Bernie will be throwing out the first pitch at a Milwaukee Brewers game next month as an early birthday present.
How did you feel when you first heard that this was going to happen?
I couldn't believe it. Oh, I haven't done nothing that great. Why is everybody getting so excited about me being the only thing I did was reach 100 years old?
But he won't be out there alone.
Yeah, this is Gavin. This is the one I'll be throwing. He's the one I'll be throwing the pitch to, and there's Gavin.
That's right. Bernie's great-grandson, Gavin, will be catching the first pitch, continuing his nearly 100-year-old tradition of putting family first.
We've had a very, very good life.
Bernie will be throwing out the first pitch before the Brewers play the Atlanta Braves on June 11th. In Wabeno, Harry Apostolakos, NBC 26.
Thank you for that, and good luck to Bernie. All right, coming up after the break, we'll take a look at a Swiss village that was completely destroyed by a glacier collapse. That's after weather with Chase right here on Newswatch 12.
Howard Young Urgent Care. Better begins here.
500, 5 1/4, 5 1/2, 575. Woodside Auto Clinic, Land O'Lakes. Golf carts, high-end tools, loader backhoe, lifts, and more. St. Louis Auctions and Colonel Benet Brass.
In a country where dreams are woven into the fabric of the nation, Rock Oil is driven by the spirit of the American dream. Environmentally, we take pride in our oil processing technology and related waste recycling. Fueled by passion, innovation, and patriotism, we're proud to be an American company.
It's employee pricing with the Ford crew.
Employee pricing across a full lineup.
Fun fact, Hank, Ford assembles the most vehicles in the country.
Another fun fact, everyone pays what we pay.
So, you get employee pricing. You get employee pricing. You get employee pricing.
Stem.
Yeah?
Everyone gets employee pricing.
You get employee pricing.
Right now, get employee pricing plus choose a lease on Escape for $389 a month for 36 months. Only at your Wisconsin Ford dealer.
Marco! Polo! Marco! Polo! Marco? Polo? Marco? Polo?
Get lost in the biggest showroom in the USA. We will beat any deal by $500. Then power your new boat with Suzuki Outboards. 3 giant showrooms of boats, pontoons, and Suzuki Outboards only at American Marine, Shawano.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Or get 0.9% APR on 2025 Sierra 1500 models. Or get over $5,300 total value on select Sierra 1500 models.
Serving our community and our environment. Rock Oil Refining in Stratford specializes in turning used motor oil and antifreeze back into pure raw materials and custom finished products. Premium quality, affordable prices, environmentally responsible. Rock Oil Refining.
Join us Monday night starting June 2nd for an evening of family fun at St. Germain Bingo. 10 games and a progressive game played nightly. Numerous door prizes and a 50-50 raffle. Food available. Fun for all ages.
All right, welcome back, folks. The weather is getting warmer and warmer. We saw 70s out there in the Northwoods for today, and we're expecting mid to upper 70s for tomorrow. And right now, at 10 o'clock, we are at 60 degrees, 61 to be exact, with some partly cloudy skies. They're pretty clear here so far right now in Rylander. Southwest wind right around 7 miles per hour. Dew points in the mid-40s, and that pressure is pretty stable right now, just below that 30-inch mark. Highs today reached 72 here in Rylander, 74 in Eagle River, 73 in Minocqua. So you get the idea. All of us right around those low to mid-70s. As you go down south, a little cooler due to a little bit more cloud cover. 69 in Wausau, 66 in Mosinee, but a few other areas that hit those low 70s down in Wisconsin Rapids and Wapaka. All right, for tonight, we're going to see some warm lows out there. Low to mid-50s is what we can see here in the Northwoods and all across our viewing area as well. Some little bit chillier temperatures for areas down south because you saw those cooler temperatures during the afternoon. So low 50s are possible, but all of us pretty similar right around those low to mid-50s. Get into tomorrow, it will be a little bit warmer. Mid to upper 70s is what we're expecting here in the Northwoods. And a few areas can hit 80 degrees tomorrow. Merrill, Wausau, Mosinee, Stevens Point, you're all included in that. It's going to be another warm day for tomorrow, but we may see a few showers and thunderstorms out there as well. We'll get to that in a bit. But for your Saturday, a cold front will go through for tomorrow afternoon, so it'll be a slightly cooler Saturday, but back near the upper 70s for your Sunday. And then we really warm up. Monday, 86 degrees for that high, 83 Tuesday. And we do have a chance for some strong storms Tuesday night into Wednesday, so another cold front going through, low to mid 70s for Wednesday into Thursday. Out there right now, we are seeing those isolated showers we saw earlier kind of starting to move out of our area, but we do have another line right now just making its way into Vilas County. Very isolated showers that are not very big at all. Quick little shower is going to pass through and it won't really bring much rainfall at all. But as we get into tomorrow, right before noon is when we have a line of showers and possibly thunderstorms move through the Northwoods right here through Rylander. And then it does become a little bit stronger as it heads down south. And there's a chance for a few more isolated thunder showers out there across our central viewing area from Wausau down to Rome right around 7 to 9 o'clock going into tomorrow night. But then for your Saturday, that front clears all the clouds and all the smoke out of the area, and we're seeing mostly sunny skies and temperatures back up in the 70s once again. So the wind out there for tomorrow, we're going to see a nice breeze early on, 7 a.m., getting right around 15 to 20 mile per hour gusts as we get into the afternoon after that front passes through, getting close to 25 to 30 mile per hour gusts. But it will get better. We'll see the winds go calm again going into tomorrow night. And for your Saturday afternoon, a nice breeze from the north right around 15 to 20 miles per hour. Taking a look at the wildfire smoke for tonight, moving in, within the next few hours. As we get to tomorrow, right around noon, this is where it's going to be the worst. The hours of 8 a.m. to noon is where we're going to see here in Rylander, and across central Wisconsin is where it's going to be pretty bad for tomorrow. Then we do see it's going to get better, but we're kind of cutting the state in half for Saturday, 6 a.m. You're going to see better conditions in the central and eastern portions of the state, and off to the west is where you're still going to be lingering in some pretty bad wildfire smoke out there. So the air quality for tomorrow, right, all looking at that orange color, and that is unhealthy for sensitive groups. So if you know you are a part of this group, you really want to limit your time outdoors tomorrow, especially around those hours, 8 a.m. to noon, possibly after that as well, with that stuff still lingering around. It's going to be pretty bad for a little bit, and it'll be hazy out there as well. So for tonight, we're seeing that haze move through, partly cloudy skies, and we do have a chance for a few isolated showers within the next few hours. West-southwest winds right around 5 miles per hour for tomorrow. We're going to be back in the mid-70s. A few of us can reach those upper 70s or even near 80 for tomorrow. We do have a chance for a few thunderstorms as well, and it will be hazy going into tomorrow afternoon. 7-day forecast brought to you by Northwoods Furniture and Mattress. We're seeing for your weekend low to mid 70s, even upper 70s for your Sunday. Monday, we're going to see plenty of sunshine, and we're bringing on the heat. Temperatures in the mid 80s. 80s continue into Tuesday, and then Tuesday night into Wednesday, we have that possibility for a few strong storms to move through our region. Cold front will go through, slightly cooling us off Wednesday and Thursday, hang it out in the low to mid 70s. Dan?
Thanks, Chase. A collapsed glacier has completely destroyed a village in Switzerland. When the Birch Glacier broke apart, it sent millions of cubic meters of ice, mud, and rocks crashing into the village of Blatten. Authorities said the landslide wiped out most of the village, and Blatten residents had evacuated a week earlier. However, one person is still missing, according to an area emergency response spokesperson. Officials said it may take years for the area to recover. There are plenty of options for people looking for a new place to live. An analysis from real estate company Redfin finds there are roughly 500,000 more sellers than potential buyers in the market as of April. That's the biggest gap between those two groups since 2013, when Redfin started gathering this data. Analysts point to several factors as reasons why there's a dip in buyer demand, including U.S. trade tensions and fears of a possible recession. But despite the overabundance of supply, home prices are still on the rise. The National Association of Realtors said the median existing home sales price increased 1.8% last month compared to April of 2024. May and June are the best times to find morel mushrooms, a prized fungi that are a delicacy for many people. And while many kinds of mushrooms can actually be cultivated easily, morel farming has proven elusive until recently. A recent research project had farmers growing morels at more than a dozen sites in Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Illinois. The experiment was part of the USDA's Sustainable Agriculture Research and Education Program, but the mushroom wasn't the most prized yellow morel, which are fruiting across the Midwest right now, but Wisconsin-based Field and Forest Products do sell morel spores with the disclaimer that the products is a fine bag of hope. Researchers do think in the next few years, American growers will be able to crack the code of growing the elusive morel. The Wisconsin DNR is looking for landowners to host hunters with disabilities for the gun deer hunt. To be part of the gun deer hunt for hunters with disabilities program, landowners must have at least 60 acres available, be able to host at least 3 hunters, and complete an online application by July 1st. This special hunt has been providing hunters with disabilities accessible opportunities to deer hunt for over 30 years and is only possible through landowner sponsors. About 400 hunters use this program every year. The GNC girls soccer title was on the line tonight. We have the highlights between Rhinelander and Lakeland right after the break.
There's always something to love at Traders in Anigo. See us before your next getaway. Explore our expanded children's boutique. Spoil yourself with new jewelry or shoes and find something to spruce up your home.
Traders Gifts, family owned and operated for 3 generations.
Hi, we're Tim and Judy from Tomahawk Monument Company.
When we want the forecast for Tomahawk, we go to WJFW.com and check our hometown weather.
Your hometown weather, available 24/7 at WJFW.com.
Once the scar tissue has formed, it decreases mobility to the joint and you lose blood supply. This causes chronic pain.
It's non-invasive and you don't even feel it really. And I'm able to work out really good now without any pain at all.
Lasers can eradicate scar tissue, freeing the joint and giving you back your life.
Every summer weekend where we live should be a long summer weekend. Why be indoors when we can be outdoors? Let's take a ride to enjoy the events and adventures that the North Woods has to offer. Newswatch 12 takes its show out of the studio and on the road. Come with us live at 4, 5, and 6 to see the spirit of the North on Newswatch 12's long summer weekend.
Race fans, get set for the weekend races on Race Watch 12. Kate Heidemann breaks down the racing action with Race Watch 12 Fastlane Thursdays on Newswatch 12 Today and Newswatch 12 at 6. Shift on over to our website for more detailed analysis, news, interviews, and more on the Race Watch 12 page. Brought to you by Builder Service.
This summer, submit your favorite water photo to the Summer Fun in the Water contest for your chance to win an ice cream cone at Pirates Hideaway. Submit your summer fun photos at WJFW.com. Sponsored by Pirates Hideaway.
Coming up on Newswatch 12 today, we'll have your weekly edition of Why Watch, the YMCA of the Northwoods.
Unfortunately, wildfire smoke is back. Morning tune in on a Friday from 5 to 7 a.m.
The WIAA regional baseball playoffs have gotten going, and we get the slate started in Rhinelander. Fresh off of a perfect game last week, Rhinelander's Connor Rapley was back on the hill looking to put together another effort as the Hodags hosted Amory in round 1 of the regionals. Rapley was picking up right where he left off. This is in the 5th inning, and he is going to end the inning with a strikeout. Bottom half of the frame. Runner is on third, and that run is going to come in to score on the wild pitch as the Hodags would take a 5-0 lead. Let's jump ahead to the 7th inning. Rapley, the strikeout. That was his 12th of the afternoon, but it was on his 100th pitch, which is the limit in WIAA baseball, so he had to get pulled 1 out away from the shutout. The game, however, would not much last longer. A couple batters later, ground ball to second, throw to first, ends it. Rhinelander, they get the win. They advance to the regional semifinals with a 5-0 win over Amory. Tomahawk hosting Shatek Weyerhaeuser. CW going to strike first, ground ball to third. A nice play is made, throw across the diamond for the out, but a run comes in to score. Hatchets would respond quickly in the bottom of the frame. Brody Rigney with the base hit. Braden Larson going to get interfered a little bit, but that's not going to stop him. He comes around to score the Hatchets' first run of the game. Later in the inning, Andrew Tolleson with the roller up the first base line. He is going to beat the play at first, and that brings in another run for the Hatchets. But they were not done in the inning. Brody Hilgendorf going the other way. That's going to find some green grass. Another run comes in to score. The Hatchets would end up walking off in this one. They would win it 11-10. Now let's head over to Three Lakes for a regional game between the 13th seed Goodman Pembine and the 4th seed Three Lakes Blue Jays. We start things off in the bottom of the first. Cruz Melton hitting a hard ground ball. That's going to get through. 2 runs going to come in to score. Three Lakes, they put up a 10 spot in the first inning. Now let's move ahead to the second inning. Melton going to do it on the mound. The pickoff play freezes the runner. That one not even close as the Blue Jays get the out at first. And later on in the game, Three Lakes, they just keep on hitting. Another base hit. That is going to bring home another run. This one, all Blue Jays. Three Lakes goes on to win this one 13-0 in 5 innings. And to look at some of the other area baseball scores, Merrill got themselves a victory. They beat Lakeland Union 9-1. Leona Wabino will be taking on Three Lakes in the regional semifinals as they came away with a 13-0 win over Elko. The Medford Raiders lived to see another day as they grabbed a 6-2 win over Anago. Northland Pines will also be advancing to a regional semifinal. They defeated Osceola by a final score of 4-2. There were regional softball championship games all over the state as teams look to punch their ticket to the sectionals. We start in Three Lakes as the Blue Jays took on Niagara. So let's see who would be heading to the sectionals. Top seeded Three Lakes, 4th seed Niagara. In the first inning, Kylie Wilson on the mound. She gets a pop-up in foul territory, and Haley Barnacow going to show off the range. She tracks it down, and she gets the out. Three Lakes, they ran the bases at will in this one. Bottom of the first inning, off goes Ella Spears. She dives into second. One of many stolen bases for Three Lakes on the day. And in the second, Niagara, liner right back to the mound. Wilson makes the catch. She fires over to first for the double play. Three Lakes, they win the regional. They run rule Niagara 12-2 in 5 innings. And in other softball scores, a big upset in Mosinee as Lakeland Union goes in there and gets a 1-0 win in 8 innings over the top-seeded Indians. It was a battle in the regional finals between Leona, Wabino, and Florence, but the Rebels came away 3-2 winners. They'll take on Three Lakes in the sectional. Medford, they won their regional final against Merrill. They will be taking on Lakeland Union in the sectional semifinals. Rib Lake, they are regional champions as they defeated Prairie Farm by a final score of 14-3. It was the final night of WIAA soccer regular season games. The Rhinelander Hodags took on the T-Birds of Lakeland Union with the GNC title on the line. A Lakeland win in regulation, and the two teams would split the conference crown. Any other result, and the GNC would belong to the Hodags. Lakeland would have the first best chance of the first half. This shot on net, but the diving save is made to keep the game scoreless. Let's go to the second half. After a handball penalty kick was awarded to Lakeland, Cale Quaid going to find the back of the net as the T-Birds strike first. They lead 1-0. Here was the Hodags' best chance to tie the game. Vivian Lamers almost finds the corner of the net, but Ava Evenhouse makes the save to preserve the T-Bird lead. Lakeland Union, they would tack on a second goal. Final seconds wind down. Lakeland, they win this one 2-0 as the two teams split the GNC championship. We'll have this week's edition of Race Watch after the break.
This portion of News Watch 12 is brought to you by Northwoods Furniture, Eagle River.
Get up to 60% off list prices
at the huge memorial sale at Slumberland Furniture.
Get a modern chase with storage that's also a sleeper. Relax and recline for just $4.95. Get a Sealy Queen mattress starting at $2.99.
Do not miss this one. No matter where in the world we might be, nor how far we go to get your news, we deliver you the best reporting possible from the Northwoods.
We are your local station that you know and trust.
Better begins with the way we see each other. Better begins with the way we treat each other. Better begins with the way we care for each other. Better begins at Aspira's Help. Bringing out the better in all of us.
Get an 11% rebate on your outdoor projects at Menards. Landscape yourself and save. Menards has the largest selection of concrete blocks ready to take home today. Get an 11% rebate on all concrete landscaping blocks. Keep your yard looking trim with the Greenworks cordless trimmer and edger. It's lightweight, starts instantly, and comes with a 40-volt battery and charger. Pick it up for $88.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Phones were made to help us connect, yet somehow they've made us less connected, which is ironic. Don't you think? We try to put our phones down, but we need to pick them up to see the menu. We can't watch something without also watching something else. Ironic. But look, here's a phone company who wants you to use your phone less.
That's ironic.
Yeah, but in a good way. Let's find us again with Us Mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Traffic jam.
And I'm already late.
I'm meteorologist Devin Biggs, and thank you very much for tuning in for Newswatch 12 today and for trusting us with your local news, weather, and sports.
All new Sealy Posturepedic now at Slumberland. Get a Sealy Queen mattress for $299. Save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets. Plus, get 60-month financing on Tempur-Pedic and Stearns & Foster. The Memorial Sale at Slumberland.
Race Watch 12 Fast Lanes Kate Heidemann is brought to you by Builder Service.
One of the biggest weekends in all of motorsports is now behind us. On Sunday, two of the biggest events on their respective schedules took place. The 109th running of the Indy 500, followed shortly after by NASCAR's Coke 600 from Charlotte Motor Speedway. There was also a close third in terms of big events happening on the weekend, and I'm not talking about F1's Monaco GP. Staying in Indianapolis, 2 days prior to the Indy 500 was the Oscar Mayer Weenie 500, where all 6 Wienermobiles raced against each other for the first time ever. At the wave of the green flag, New York Dog took off with an early lead, but it won't last long. On the exit of Turn 2, Chicago Dog overtakes for the lead and will hold it for the first lap. Shortly after on the front stretch, Sundra and Slingshots pass for the lead, only for the 04 to overheat and then drop the lead back to Chicago Dog. But look who's stalking behind. It's Slaw Dog, who waits until the last possible second to make his move on Chicago Dog, passing the 01 to steal it and win the first ever Weenie 500. Moving swiftly on to the main event from IMS on Sunday, it's the Indy 500 where things were immediately not looking Penske perfect. Joseph Newgarden had won this race for the past 2 consecutive years, and now, due to a major penalty, will have to start from the rear. Then the third Penske car who wasn't disqualified, Scott McLaughlin, wrecked out before the green flag flew while warming up his tires. Another notable crash happens on lap 91 for Kyle Larson, who spins in turn 2, collecting 2 other drivers. This was Larson's second attempt at the Indy and Charlotte double, and for the second consecutive year, Larson would not be able to complete all 1,100 miles. 15 to go, Alex Palou makes a move for the lead on Marcus Ericsson, and this would be the move that wins the race. For the first time in his career, Alex Palou wins the Indy 500 on its 109th running and his 6th year of competition. With no time to waste, we head south to Charlotte for the Coke 600. While Kyle Larson stayed, Indy ended horribly. He had a decent shot at redemption in Charlotte, starting second alongside pole sitter Chase Briscoe. He makes good use of this starting spot, leading the first lap of the day. Larson had a shaky handle on that race lead, scraping the wall on lap 35, and on lap 42, Larson loses it entirely, spinning down the front, ending his double in disaster. While Larson faded into obscurity, his teammate William Byron would shine all night, leading up until stage 1 ended under caution. One more major caution on lap 112 ruins another milestone night for a driver, with Jimmy Johnson taking out of contention on his 700th career start. Meanwhile, up front, Byron races his way to the stage's 2 and 3 victory. The 24 all but had this thing locked up until 6 to go when Ross Chastain threads the needle between the 24 and 11 to lead the field. For 5 laps, Chastain was able to hold off Byron en route to his first victory of 2025, winning NASCAR's longest race. In the fast lane, Kate Heidemann, Race Watch 12.
Now at Hardee's, My Rewards members get their favorite thirst quencher for just $1, like new handcrafted peach tea and peach lemonade, or any cup of Hardee's ice-cold goodness for just $1 when you order on the app.
This is Dr. Justin Scher with Wausau Weight Loss. I'm sure you have probably heard about the newer drugs and injections being offered to lose weight. What you may not know is there could be serious health risks, and when people stop taking the drugs or injections, the excess weight might come right back. For over a decade, Wausau Weight Loss has given patients peace of mind in knowing that our program is proven to be a safe, fast, and easy way to lose weight that actually helps reset your metabolism so your weight stays off for good. There are no drugs, no surgery, no exercise, no counting points or calories, and no prepackaged meals. You eat real food from the grocery store or your favorite restaurant. Patients lose up to ½ a pound to a pound per day. Start your success story today. Schedule your free in-person or virtual weight loss consultation at WausauWeightLoss.com. That's WausauWeightLoss.com.
Every summer weekend where we live should be a long summer weekend. Why be indoors when we can be outdoors? Let's take a ride to enjoy the events and adventures that the North Woods has to offer. Newswatch 12 takes its show out of the studio and on the road. Come with us live at 4, 5, and 6 to see the spirit of the North on Newswatch 12's long summer weekend.
It's open season on cancer. Help us raise money for the Ronald McDonald House of Marshfield by purchasing a hat, an H2O Go bottle, or other special items. With your donation of $20, you'll receive over $50 in valuable coupons, and a $10 donation is given to the Ronald McDonald House. Purchase items at Cost Cutters of Central Wisconsin, the Barber's Family Hairstyling, Mullins Cheese in Knowlton, Chase Outdoors in the Cedar Creek Mall. It's open season on cancer, a season that never ends.
Hardee's charbroiled Frisco burger on toasted sourdough and signature mushroom Swiss burger. Fan favorites for over 30 years and counting. Served with 100% Angus beef. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
500, 5 1/4, 5 1/2, 575. Crandon, Wisconsin. Collect your car, motorcycle, dump truck, 15 guns or more. St. Louis Auctions and Colonel Renee Brass.
In a country where dreams are woven into the fabric of the nation, Rock Oil is driven by the spirit of the American dream. Environmentally, we take pride in our oil processing technology and related waste recycling. Fueled by passion, innovation, and patriotism, we're proud to be an American company.
Marco! Polo! Marco! Polo! Marco? Polo! Marco? Polo?
Get lost in the biggest showroom in the USA. We will beat any deal by $500. Then power your new boat with Suzuki Outboards. 3 giant showrooms of boats, pontoons, and Suzuki Outboards only at American Marine, Shawano.
At Northwoods Furniture and Mattress, we're celebrating another year of helping you make your home your own with furniture and mattresses you love. We carry top brands, Lazy Boy, Smith Brothers, Flex Steel, Sealy, Tempur-Pedic, and more. We also offer the area's largest selection of Amish-built furniture. Most items are in stock and available for express delivery. Personalize your home with a variety of unique lamps, wall art, accents, and area rugs. Visit our 2 family-owned furniture stores in Eagle River for exceptional selections, service, and savings.
I'm attorney Christine Bremer. We represent many seniors who've been in accidents. It's heart-wrenching to see and terrifying for the elderly and their families. Handling these cases requires compassion, attention to details, and an understanding of the special needs of seniors. At Bremer and Trollope, we know that it takes a steady hand to handle injuries to our seniors. It takes a focus on people, because the right results matter most.
Big things are happening in neighborhoods all over Wisconsin where an all-new scratch game from the Wisconsin Lottery is making a splash. It is absolutely amazing.